the model for this business is a little different. So everybody knows us at Gate City for the tap room and the inviting community space that we had. And our beer goes out into distribution, but it's only distributed in the state of Georgia, right? So our cans and our kegs go out to market. But really, we're kind of known for the community space that we've created with our tap rooms and the artillery room. Blended Family is a little bit different. When we started this business, there was no going out. So the tap room wasn't really a part of it. And it was all really based on distribution model. So we wanted to build this business up, manufacture the product, and get it out as far as we could. So with beer, it's a lot more difficult, in my opinion, to get away from home and distribute. Whereas in the spirits industry, it can be done. There's a little more margin there. And with a good brand and good marketing, that you can actually make it happen. So it was built on that. So we originally started with Florida and Georgia, distributing our products here, and slowly started to add states. Now we're up to 9 states, actually.
Is there a cruise line involved?
There are. So,
several.
Well, there's a couple of really cool customers that we have, and that's really a tribute to Scott. Scott really, over his years in the industry, made a lot of really great connections and has stayed close with those people. And so as we go into these new states, it gives us a little bit of a head start a lot of times. So to answer your question, we're in 9 states and we have 3 major cruise lines. That's awesome. And that's technically an export. So we're actually exporting out of Roswell, Georgia,
which is really cool. And you're out on the high seas, which is great.
So I get a lot of pictures from. So we're on Disney Cruise Lines, all Carnival cruise ships.
Wow.
And we're on all Margaritaville.
A sincere thank you to Wellstar North Fulton Medical Center for its sponsorship and for fostering a healthy community where businesses can thrive. We'd also like to thank WYR Detail for its quarterly sponsorship. Listeners can use code BREWSHINE to receive $25 off a full vehicle detail or receive a free interior refresh with any exterior service.
Welcome back to Brew Talks. I'm Steve Stroud. I'm president and CEO of Roswell, Inc. We're the economic development organization here serving the city of Roswell.
I'm Andy Williams, president and CEO of Visit Roswell, the city's destination marketing organization charged with the promotion of tourism throughout the community. And our guest today, he's a repeat visitor.
He's a friend.
We all know him.
Yes, we do.
From Gate City, from the artillery room. This is Pat Raines. Pat's an awesome supporter of both of our organizations and has really been a staple in the community for everything that they do throughout the city of Roswell and the many different nonprofits and volunteer organizations they serve.
Supporting
Pat,
so many
it's
people.
Awesome to have you on once again.
Thank you guys so much for having me back. It's great to be here.
Man. No, we're glad that you've come, number one. Number two, we're really excited to hear more about Blended Family because we think that's one of the sneaker stories here for the city of Roswell.
I agree 100%. I was thinking about it today as I was getting ready for this. And, it's really one of those unique stories that just hasn't been told yet. But I think it's a fantastic story. So I'm excited to kind of tell you guys about what's going on at Blended.
Well, let's go back to, we started our favorite brewery, when and how long have we been going on?
So Gate City Brewing Company just celebrated 11 years in market. So kind of wild now that we're here. It seems like it's been just a couple of years, but time flies. And we've been having fun. We've been growing the business, and we've been diversifying a little bit.
Yes, you have.
As you guys know, the artillery room now is a full service craft cocktail bar, specializing in our spirits that we're making, bourbon, vodka, and gin over there. And that opened around COVID time. And
Sure did.
Funny enough, Blended Family is a COVID business. So it was actually started about a month before COVID hit. And so it was the brainchild of our partner, Scott Mayer. So Scott was a longtime bartender, high-profile bartender, actually down in Miami. And cool story, he actually won Bacardi's best bartender in the country.
Wow.
And in his prime, he was kind of a huge deal. And he was really interested. One of the things he focused on was fine liqueurs. And he focused on fine liqueurs a lot of times coming from Europe. And that kind of became the basis for a lot of his cocktails. Fast forward, Scott decided to create his own brand of fine liqueurs. So with his knowledge and experience, he started putting together his own brand and building the products that we now know today as Blended Family. So Scott worked for a lot of years kind of in the R&D developing, just as myself and Brian did, with the beer side of things.
Right.
So we had a very quick connection, over kind of building products. So Scott actually designed all the products and he's been a great partner for us. So as COVID was coming, we were actually introduced to Scott through our distributor over at Gate City. So friend of ours, you all know, Zach from United.
Oh yeah.
He actually introduced us to Scott. Scott was from Dunwoody originally. So local guy. That Zach knew. And as Scott was getting ready, he had the products dialed in and he was really getting ready to go to market. He was looking for a partner. And so through Zach and a random connection, through our business, we were introduced to Scott. And everything just kind of flowed from there. So that was kind of how everything started. And as I said, a lot of it went into getting everything up and running, and then COVID hit. So there was a lot of difficulty in the beginning, and some of the reason I think why a lot of the story hasn't been told is due to some of that.
You were we were all in the middle of pandemic, right?
Yeah, right.
The artillery room, man. I mean, just getting you guys through that. I know that was an undertaking.
Well, and that was right at the middle at the same time.
As
we were finishing up the artillery room, kind of the middle, and COVID hit. So a very, it was coming off of some of our best years we had ever had, 2019. Really looking for growth. And so, we had found it. And then, we had some difficulty through the storm of COVID. But what it allowed us to do was really get the basis for the business set. And put a plan together so that as everything opened up, we were ready to go.
You can make it happen.
And that was really critical, I think, of being ready. And the model for this business is a little different. So everybody knows us at Gate City for the tap room and the inviting community space that we had. And our beer goes out into distribution, but it's only distributed in the state of Georgia, right? So our cans and our kegs go out to market. But really, we're kind of known for the community space that we've created with our tap rooms and the artillery room. Blended Family is a little bit different. When we started this business, there was no going out. So the tap room wasn't really a part of it. And it was all really based on distribution model. So we wanted to build this business up, manufacture the product, and get it out as far as we could. So with beer, it's a lot more difficult, in my opinion, to get away from home and distribute. Whereas in the spirits industry, it can be done. There's a little more margin there. And with a good brand and good marketing, that you can actually make it happen. So it was built on that. So we originally started with Florida and Georgia, distributing our products here, and slowly started to add states. Now we're up to 9 states, actually.
Is there a cruise line involved?
There are. So,
several.
Well, there's a couple of really cool customers that we have, and that's really a tribute to Scott. Scott really, over his years in the industry, made a lot of really great connections and has stayed close with those people. And so as we go into these new states, it gives us a little bit of a head start a lot of times. To answer your question, we're in 9 states and we have 3 major cruise lines.
That's awesome.
And that's technically an export. So we're actually exporting out of Roswell, Georgia,
which is really cool. And you're out on the high seas, which is great.
So I get a lot of pictures pictures so we're on Disney Cruise Lines, all Carnival cruise ships.
Wow.
And we're on all Margaritaville.
Holy
Margaritaville.
So let's get down to the basics of this. So if I've never really tried, maybe I'm not a cocktail frequenter, whatever we're going to call it, and I don't quite understand the difference in liquor, liqueur, bitters. So if we're breaking it down for somebody and really truly trying to get them to understand what a liqueur is, and then what their expectation would be when they enter the tap room, are they only sampling blended family, or do you mix with cocktails? What's that look like?
Excellent question. So let's just start at the high level. We have spirits or liquors that, like your bourbon, vodka, your gin, your full proof, kind of usually 40% ABV and up, right? Those are kind of the base alcohol. As you get into the liqueurs are a lower alcohol, little more flavored, and usually containing sugar. So a little richer. More sugar, right? Yeah, okay. So almost like a simple syrup for, a drink that you're making. So, and then, with mixers. So you're going to mix those things all together in different ways. So the common ones, people know what they are, right? Is triple sec.
Triple sec.
So anybody who drinks a margarita, triple sec, right? And peach. So Blended Family actually had one of the first peach liqueurs ever out of the state of Georgia, which is hard to believe. But a pretty darn good claim to fame.
Agreed.
And especially when you've got a Georgia-made product going out to the whole country. Right. Peach is the way to go. And if you haven't had our peach, you've got to take a taste of a peach. It is amazing. It just encapsulates the pure peach flavor, and it's a great addition to a lot of drinks. So the newest and the most popular right now is the espresso martini. So
I believe it.
As a liqueur, they can be fruit liqueurs or different liqueurs, but essentially a lower ABV. And we spent about 3 years in research and development on our espresso martini.
Wow.
Last year we were able to launch it, and it has just taken off. So it's killing it in Georgia. It is a ready to pour espresso martini. You can pour it straight, drink it straight. You can make a martini. We use it with our Blended Family raspberry and make a nice little raspberry espresso martini. A bunch of different great options with the espresso martini. And as you guys know, it's all the rage out in the market.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Yeah, we're really excited about that product.
Cool.
And actually, you can run by the artillery room on Fridays, and we do an espresso martini flight to give you a couple ideas to take home and kind of so you can make them on your own.
That's awesome. Okay.
Really
so difference in artillery, because people go to the artillery room, they get ready, ready-made cocktails. You guys do a great job of that. Also sell beer there. What's that look like versus what Blended Spirits looks like?
So it's unique experience. Artillery room, we do have the pre-made cocktails. We also have shaken cocktails now and handmade cocktails. That's going to be more what you're going to see over at Blended Family. So it's a slightly higher upscale menu. We're going to use local ingredients. We're going to do a little bit extra over there, right? Everything's handmade, shaken, made in a different way than we do over at the artillery room. Yeah. So totally different menus. We're going to use one of our Blended Family products or more in every single cocktail over there. So some of it is teaching the customer how to use the product together. That's one of the biggest things that we get, like with liqueurs. I know I like it I know I like triple sec in a margarita, but if I get an espresso martini or if I get a raspberry product or a peach, what do I do?
What do I do with it?
What do I do with it, right? It's great to see a bottle up there, but you got to know how to use it if you're going to get it. So some of that is teaching people how to use the product and just telling them, explaining. So we've started to do some classes over there. We'll do cocktail classes. We'll do like a gin making class over there, kind of tell people how the different botanicals can affect the flavors, and go through and teach people kind of how to use the products. While they get a sip on the products as well.
But that's important. It's an educational aspect of it. You're just not sitting at a bar, hanging out,
Absolutely.
getting a cocktail served.
I guess I skipped over this a little bit in the story. The brand was focused on distribution. Mm-hmm. Well, really last year I spent some time over there and developed and built out a small little tap room,
which is really cool.
Really cool little space, upscale. Great for small private events, great for a nice Friday evening, kind of alone. You're right next to everything, but you still kind of feel like you're away from the buzz of Canton Street. So it's got a really unique feel. And what that was designed to do was really let Roswell see what Blended was doing.
Right.
You pull up to the space. It's kind of a nondescript warehouse space. It doesn't really look like anything. And that's kind of how, I think we've got this far without anybody really knowing what's going on.
Under the radar.
Yeah.
But really, when you look at the space itself, we're sending 600 cases of product out of there every month.
Yeah.
I mean, it's manufacturing a large amount of product. And all it was really missing was just an opportunity for the public to come see what we were doing. So we really focused on getting that open last year. And it will we shut it down over the winter just to kind of keep it quiet. But this spring, it'll open up on the 20th, March 20th.
Yeah.
And we'll start having that open every Friday and Saturday for people to come by and kind of see what we're doing over there.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and since then, you've also added some space.
Yes, sir.
Which is right there next door.
Yes.
So one of the things that I think you said it in the beginning, you've created a sense of community, right? And a lot of breweries have, obviously we're biased because Roswell is the special place, but anytime you land at Gate City, you feel it, or the artillery room. And I think you've got a new space right there at Blended Family that's going to be great for this community.
Yeah, one of the things we love to do is create community space and be a part of this community. This community has embraced us from the beginning, and we really take pride on being that space for everybody. And so, one of the things we were limited at Blended was our space to host the community. Well, sometimes things just fall in your lap, and we're always ready, when that happens. So yes, we are super excited to be announcing that we've taken the old sunny and rainy space right next door to Blended Family, and that will be called Gate City Headquarters.
Yes,
and it will focus. It will give us a couple things. It will give us a little bit of extra space. We've been growing for years and years, both at Blended and at Gate City. And a good problem is that we're full. So this new space will allow us some extra storage space over there to kind of move some of the non-perishable goods over there, some of the bottles, the cans, the necessary stuff that we store on site, and kind of give us another facility for that and free up space at both of those spaces. Along with that, the great part of it is it comes with 5,000 square feet of beautiful private event space open. We can host large events over there, and it gives a great opportunity to fit into our portfolio. One of the things we've really done over the years at Gate City is expand our private event business. The city of Roswell has so many private events, be it birthday parties, networking, corporate events, weddings, you name it. People want to be here. And anytime people want to be somewhere, you're going to have that opportunity for private events. So this new space really lends to that for us. It fits right into our portfolio. We can, at Gate City, we can host, 150, 200 type people events. But in order to do that, we have to close the tap room, which can affect our day-to-day customer.
Sure.
This kind of gives us that ability to host the larger events and not take away from what we've built over there. And really kind of add to Oak Street and what it is now. As we know, there's a lot of new things coming over there as well.
Lots of neat things.
And we really see that area transforming over the next couple of years.
100%.
Well, it's exciting because it gives you outdoor space, it gives you indoor space, obviously depending on weather, but what a great opportunity. And you got great parking.
It's incredible. I mean, all the things that everybody wants in Roswell. Honestly, So yes, we feel super fortunate that everything worked out with that, and I have been working hard to kind of get that ready for the public. And we're excited to be ready. We've got a lot of things going on over there. Another great thing that's happening over there on Oak Street. Last year we started Oak Street Summer Jam.
Yeah.
3-month event during the summer, family friendly event. We kind of wanted to take it back to what Live in Roswell was when it started.
Yeah. In the beginning.
It started, I had just moved here. I used to take my dog up there, and we really wanted to bring that back. We love Alive in Roswell and what it is, but there's something to be said about a nice, small, family-friendly event during those summer months. So Oak Street Summer Jam, it'll be coming up May, June, and July this year. It's going to be the 4th Friday of every month.
Oh, wow.
And we're shutting down Oak Street over there. We're bringing in bouncy houses. If you haven't been, it's great. Bouncy houses. We got bands.
Family
we got
friendly.
Kids activities, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So we really are looking forward to that event this year. We've got some sponsors that are going to be we're going to be announcing soon.
Yeah.
And
Good.
so really kind of trying to really expand that event.
That's
over
awesome.
there as well.
We'd love to help promote that.
Yeah,
and
we'll
obviously
push it out there, obviously.
Well, do this, Pat. Folks are familiar with Oak Street. Some may not be. Where's your exact location of Blended Spirits? And really, once you're there, you're also on top of the private event space as well, and the Gate City headquarters. So
115 Oak Street is the address. And essentially, if you take a left or if you turn onto Oak Street and just head straight down, a lot of people know the Roswell Bottle Shop. Oak Street Bottle Shop, excuse me. If you just go just past that, right down on the right side, you'll see Sunny and Rainy. And we are right past them, Blended Family Spirits.
You'll see the sign.
And you guys have an amazing team on the marketing side. Photography, social media presence is amazing. So let's make sure all of our followers know how to access, whether it's Artillery Room, Gate City, Blended Family. Where should they go online?
Follow us wherever you can, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Gate City Brewing Company, the Artillery Room, and Blended Family Spirits. All have independent pages. All will reach out. We'll share some of the same information, but also specific to each spot. And feel free to reach out if you have questions or just want to come by. We love to kind of share this experience with Roswell.
Well, and you guys have always done that, and so we always say it's a great day to do business in Roswell. Cheers to you and your partners for success and many more years of success.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers.
Absolutely.
Cheers.